All right, Travis, we're here in Lewiston above the Trinity River, and you were telling me a few minutes ago about how your family got here and your grandparents moved here in '66. Is that right?
Correct, correct. Um, it's kind of funny. They were just up here cruising through on their way somewhere else, and stopped to do some fishing, some camping on the river, or whatever. Like so many people that I've talked to before around here, that live here now, just were enjoying the outdoors and decided to move here, bring their families up, and my parents moved up about 10 years after that. Bought some property on the Trinity River in Douglas City, and spent the first 10 years of my life growing up on the banks of the river.
Nice. And so you went to elementary school and high school here?
Yep. Douglas City Elementary, Lewiston Elementary, and then on to Trinity High School.
Very cool. And we were also talking about, your dad was in the contracting business and you worked with him for a while, but at some point, Liam Gogum turned you on to being a fishing guide. How'd that work out?
It was a great turning point in my life. My father and I worked real hard around here, making a living building houses. And then, like you said, I was approached by, a local fishing guide. And he just said that I see you out on the river all the time, fishing in the right spots, doing the right thing. You should consider, being a guide and making a living on the river. There's a real good living to be made out there, and that there weren't a lot of local guys my age doing it.
Uh-huh.
And so I took him up on it, and that was 8 years ago now, and it's been a blessing for sure.
Right on. Right on. We're kind of at the tail end of steelhead season right now. Is that right?
Yep. We got about a month, maybe a month and a half to go.
Uh-huh.
And then things slow down here, and then spring salmon will start coming around come
Right
June and July.
Right on. And is that when the season takes off? I mean, is it pretty consistent for you guys from that time through the fall?
Yeah, I fish pretty consistently from July 1st all the way until probably March 1st,
Wow.
which is a real long, consistent season.
No
Not a lot of
kidding.
rivers have a season that long for salmon and steelhead, where you can actually make a living in one area. It's pretty unique for sure.
Great. And what do you think? When you take people out on the river, what's the highlight usually? What's that magic moment? I know when I'm backpacking and I take somebody into the mountains, there's like just this like moment where you can see their eyes just light up. What happens out there?
For me, I would definitely say, it's talking about the cycles of life that you see out on the river, whether it be in the salmon cycles, how they come up and spawn in the places where they were born, and just explaining that sort of stuff to my clients and watching them pass that on to their children or grandkids that they bring out to fish with me, when we're on a guided trip. And just seeing one generation pass, knowledge of just nature from one generation to the next, because those kids are going to be the ones that if they're not caring about nature and the river and all that the good that the river does for the world, then nobody will. So you got to pass it on for sure. Passing it on.
That's great. That's great. And what's the name of your guide service?
Sweet Trinity Guide Service out of Lewiston, California.
All right. And is there a website?
Yep, www.sweet-trinity.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Travis.
Thank you.